What it do, people? You know what it is, and you know what it sounds like. NBA picking with Pop right here on Popovich TV. Let's go. So
Yeah,
soulful.
great fire.
When I wanna check them down the money line clicking. Those who do it daily one-on-one optimism. Coupon gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the back line in the air, throwing signals. When I wanna check them down the money line clicking. Those who do it daily one-on-one optimism. Coupon gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the back lines in the air, throwing signals.
1,000 on the table, 100,000 in the bank account. I'm trying to get rich. Who else in the building? Trying to break the house. What it do, people? Welcome back to another edition of NBA Picking with Pop. I am your host, Popovich. Yeah, kid, that feeling. Back up and here. One more again. Happy Sunday. First Sunday of February. Now it's time to say goodbye to January, and the month ends just like that. Hopefully, we have a great February. Hopefully, we have a great month moving forward. This shit is going to zoom by. Stay focused. Keep your head on the swivel. Anyway, a nice NBA slate card today. 10 games on the slate, but y'all know how we do. Let's get a quick recap of yesterday's games. Yesterday, 6 games on the slate. We went 6-0. Yeah, kid, that feeling of sweeping the board. And I'm happy for that, obviously. But when on big slate games, like a 10-day slate, 9-day slate, we have gone, 8-1, 7-2. We almost swept the board, but that was the first time that we actually swept the board. So I'm happy because we need that on the channel so y'all could, tell your friends, keep subscribing, keep liking the videos, and keeping me in the algorithm. Anyway, with that being said, the quick recap: we swept the board yesterday. We gave out 3 locks. We gave out Dallas Mavericks. We gave out the Chicago Bulls. And the play of the day was the Indiana Pacers, and they won outright. Obviously, they was getting 1.5. Chicago won outright. They was getting 6.5. And the Dallas Mavericks, they kept it close. I think they lost by like 4. They was getting 11. Charlotte, the game was in progress, but we had Charlotte. We had Philly, they won by 10. And we had the Minnesota Timberwolves, a.k.a. the House of Disappointment. Shout outs to JaY. He went 3-3 yesterday. And so that brings our grand total record. Up till we are now 386 and 342 as far as all of the games overall. We are still under 500 with the play of the day at 44 and 56. So 100 games is in the books, and we under 500 like crazy. We're gonna try to fix that. As far as the locks, not from Yonkers, we are 175, 169, and 1 push. All right, guys, let's get to today's NBA slate because it's a lot of games today. And I'm gonna just give you, my opinions on how I handicap in the game. First game up, we got the Milwaukee Bucks out on the road at the Boston Celtics. Boston is giving 12.5. We've seen these two teams play already. Ironically enough, the Milwaukee Bucks, they beat the Boston Celtics. I think they beat them 116 or 102 or 101, something like that, like 15 points. No Giannis in that game. It'll be no Giannis today. And I know I said yesterday that I would tell you where I think Giannis should go and all that. I still will at the end of this video because I'm off today. I don't got to rush into work. That's why I stopped the video short. Boston is the head and shoulders the better team. I think they will win, get their revenge, but I don't think they cover this 12.5. Yesterday it was 13.5. As of right now, excuse me, being how I'm live, this show is it's 2:35 right now in the afternoon on a Sunday, right? I'm gonna go with the Bucks with the 12. and a half. I just got a feeling. I'm not rushing to the window to bet on this game, but my lean is the Bucks. Next game up, we got the Brooklyn Nets out on the road at the Detroit Pistons. Detroit Pistons is given 12 and a half. And we have seen these two teams play already two times, with the Pistons dominating Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn got a lot of young talent, trying to cultivate the culture, trying to change the culture, etc. I don't think that will be done today. I think the Detroit Pistons will win this game and cover the 12 and a half. So I'm going with the Pistons. The Pistons are coming off the West Coast swing. You know what I mean? I don't know if they'll be a little sluggish, jumping in and out of time zones or some time travel shit. But I like the Pistons to win this game and cover the spread. Next game up, we got the Chicago Bulls out on the road at the Miami Heat. And we just seen these two teams play yesterday, and we seen these two teams play the day before that, because it was a hiccup in the scheduling of the games, where they was playing in Chicago, was wet, slippery floors and all that, had to postpone the game. So they will be playing each other 3 times in 4 days, which is, or something. Let me look at that real quick, which is crazy, right? Because we know the NBA be doing home and home, or staying in the same arena for the last couple of days. So it's Sunday, and they played on Thursday and Saturday. So yeah, I guess you can say, yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, 3rd time in 4 days, right? Going back to last Sunday or Monday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in 8 days for the Bulls. And what about Miami? They did play last Sunday, and they played on Saturday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games for them in 8 days. Anyway, with that being said, today Miami is giving the Bulls again 5 and a half. Yesterday it was giving them 6 and a half. I like Chicago. I know they're a little banged up. So is Miami. When you look at RotoWire, which we will do right now. Excuse me, I'm having a lot of phlegm and shit going on. Pardon me. Where Miami at? Looking on RotoWire. All right, here we go. Norman Powell is questionable. Tyler Hero is out, obviously. D. Mitchell, he's probable, but he's in the top of the lineup. On the other end, a quick trade too, and I had to read this to, I know the trade deadline is coming. That's why I said I will talk about Giannis at the end of the video, if the video is not too long, and it's turning out to be long. DeAndre Hunter, who was on the Cleveland Cavaliers, is now on the Sacramento Kings. He may not play today. Sacramento traded. I don't know why they get rid of a big, strong perimeter defender and DeAndre Hunter for Dennis Schroeder. So Dennis Schroeder is going to Cleveland. DeAndre Hunter is going to Sacramento Kings, and I think it's going to be a lot more to come down during the trade deadline. But anyway, also Suric from Sacramento is now on Chicago. He's questionable. I don't think he plays. Anyway, I'm taking the Bulls. I think Miami will get their revenge today, but I think they just win money line. I think they tie it too. And I don't think they just run them out the gym. With that being said, next game up, we got the Sacramento Kings out on the road at the Washington Wizards. Sacramento, like I said, just got the trade, etc. It's probably be a lot more coming. We did see these two teams play maybe like 2 weeks ago. Sacramento won 128-115, so they blew them out at Sacramento. Russell Westbrook did play in that game. He will not be playing in this game. Who else won't be playing in this game? Malik Monk is questionable. He might play, he might not. Kevin Murray, he's out. So Westbrook and Murray is out. On the other hand, Ty Jones is out. Vucevic is out. Obviously, Trae Young is out. I'm going to take the Washington Wizards in this one. I know they are one of the bottom feeder teams, but they damn near got the same record. One team is 12-35, the other team is 12-38. One team is playing at home, and it's a revenge game for them. I'm not rushing to the window to bet this game either, but I like Washington at home. I think they can compete and win this game, but they are getting two, so there's that. Next game up, we got the the Utah Jazz out on the road at Toronto. The Utah Jazz is getting 10.5, and I'm on Toronto. I think Toronto need this game in the worst way. They have been losing. I think they on a 4-game losing streak, or maybe 2 games. Let me see. 2-game losing streak. They lost to the Knicks, lost to the Magic. No shame in that. The Knicks own them. Who's your daddy? And, at Magic can be a tough place to play. They was winning, and then they let the Magic shut them down and beat them in the last quarter like 43-23, some dumb shit like that, and they end up losing the game by 10. Utah, on the other hand, is not the New York Knicks. They're not the Magic. Prior to that, Toronto won 4 straight. They beat the injured OKC, beat Portland, beat the Kings, and beat the Warriors. So, I'm going with the Toronto Raptors at home to bounce back. Next game up, we got the Orlando Magic out on the road at the Spurs. Spurs is given 4.5. And we seen these two teams play as well. In Orlando, Spurs got the victory, 114-112. Franz Wagner played in that game. Banchero didn't. 2 people didn't play for the Spurs. Spurs was on a back-to-back. Orlando wasn't. They was at home. I know Spurs lost yesterday. They against Charlotte, and we had Charlotte yesterday. Just because it was an early time, a lot of teams that is not used to playing at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That's NFL time, especially if you're a West Coast team or like Texas or whatever, and you got to come to the East Coast. With that being said. I like the Spurs today. I think the Spurs is the better team since January 20th. They've been losing, winning, losing, winning, losing, winning. They just lost. I know it's a back-to-back with travel, but I think they better than the Orlando Magic. I think they're the deeper team. Everybody's playing for them except one person. I think they come in and the books is basically telling you that the Spurs is going to win today. So I'm rolling with the Spurs. Next game up, we got the Lakers out on the road at my New York Knicks. New York Knicks giving 4.5. And the New York Knicks is on a 5-game win streak. I think the longest of the season is 7. But before we get to that, y'all know what's coming. It's New York in the house. It's Brooklyn in the house. Uptown in the house. Like, Shaolin, are you in the house? Japan, are you in the house? Rest in peace, ODB and Wu-Tang. Love the kids. Lakers coming off a good victory, if you will. If you consider the Washington Wizards a good victory. Lost prior to that to the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron went back home. We discussed that already. Might be his last game in the Garden. I don't think he's retiring, but if they end up winning the chip somehow, some way, we're going to make it up out the hood and he get his 5th NBA title, then maybe he will retire, or maybe he'll come back and keep patting the stats up because probably nobody will be able to catch him and he could continue to maybe build that narrative that he's the best player. I'm going with Mike, but I got LeBron as number 2. Anyway, when you go back and look at the history, though, as far as handicapping the game, the Lakers have dominated this series. The Lakers win. Brunson, obviously, Cat and them, they playing good since they was playing bad, and they lost like fucking 8 games out of 12 or some crazy bad stretch since winning the in-season tournament. Now they playing back good again. They are a good ATS team at home, but when you look at the numbers and you look at who played in these games, it's like LeBron and them got the best player, which is Luka. DeAndre Ayton, I think, will be enough to guard Cat. The Mal Bridges and all that. Austin Reeves, I don't think he's going to play today. He is questionable. But even if he don't play, you're giving me 4.5. I think it's going to be a close game. Everybody that comes to the Garden They play strong. They play hard. I think the Lakers keep it close today. I'm not saying the Knicks can't win money line, but I'm going to take the Lakers. Next game up, another LA team. We got the Los Angeles Clippers out on the road at the Phoenix Suns. Clippers is getting 1.5. These two teams did play already. I think the Suns won that game. Let me just check real quick. I know I had looked before, but I want to be accurate. I know we live and we rolling, we unscripted, we alter. They actually played twice. Damn. In November, the Clippers did lose twice to the Phoenix Suns, and they played them back-to-back, as we just were speaking about with Chicago. So they played at the Suns, and they lost 102-115. Then they played at home, and they lost by 3. They lost by 11. I think Clippers win today. And when the first game, this is how I'm handicapping the game. In the first game, no Kawhi Leonard, no James Harden. Obviously, and you at home, you got your whole team, you should win the game. And they did. They won by 13. The very next game, box score, Phoenix had their whole team. On the other hand, no Kawhi Leonard, Bradley Beal played. He ain't been in the lineup since probably around this time. James Harden had 13. Now, on look at RotoWire. Let's go to RotoWire real quick. You got Kawhi going to play. Harden is out. But Devin Booker is out. I think I'll take the Clippers. And even though Phoenix have won the last 2, when you go look at the history, Clippers kind of dominate this series. I think we go back to that. Plus the 1.5 spread. They saying they favorite, but not really. Like they like, yeah, we think they can win, but not really. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take the Clippers. I think both LA teams fight hard today. Next game up, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers out on the road at Portland Trailblazers. Portland Trailblazers is getting 3.5, and I'm on the Trailblazers. They on the 4-game losing streak. They did play Cleveland earlier this season. They won 122-110, I believe, at Cleveland. So this is a revenge game for Cleveland. But now you're taking DeAndre Hunter out. No Evan Mobley. No Darius Garland. They both played in those games. So now it's like you're taking away 3 players. And Portland plays good at home. Cleveland is not really a good ATS team. I know they have been playing good as of late. As to that last loss that they just lost to the Phoenix Suns, prior to them losing the Phoenix Suns, they was on a 5 game win streak. They beat Hornets, Kings, Mavericks, Magic twice, and the Lakers. Then they lost to Phoenix at Phoenix. I think they're gonna want to come fight today, but for some reason I'm on Portland. I'm on Portland. Last game of the night. This is a tricky one right here. We got OKC at Denver Nuggets. And OKC is given 7.5 according to motherfucking CBS. So let me take a quick copy of this before this should disappear. The spreads will be changing, so when I put my thumbnail in, I could be accurate. Anyway, it looked like Joker and Murray is probable, but they are up top and they at the bottom. They are in green, though. So I think they're going to play. But I think that tells you everything you need to know. I know JaY. I watched JaY show you. I know that's my fake competition. He on Denver at home. This is another reason why I'm going to be on. And I am making them a lot, even though we're about to get to that. I like OKC. Joker came back in the first game, and they won. He looked spectacular, right? Right. Now you're giving them 7.5 at home for a team that's not been playing that well. They even duping us like, oh yeah, definitely give everybody free money and take Denver with 7, right? 7.5. It's a lot of points, guys, to be at home. Or they're not going to play, and but if they play, right? I'm assuming that they're going to play. You came back, you damn near had a triple-double again. You look like the Joker. But y'all know the rules, or at least the little observation that we've been observating since we've been gambling is when the best player or the star player goes out for a significant amount of time, they come back and what happens? They either lose that first game and win the second, or they win the first game and lose the second. So that's what I'm going to stick with. Doesn't always work, and obviously, I think far as just matchups with who's going to be on the floor, I think OKC should be favored about 5.5, 6 points. And I think they come out NBA. I mean not NBA, but NBC. You know, every weekend now the NBA will be on NBC, and I think they come out and win. With that being said, no, I don't want to make this video mad long, but it is what it is. Let's get to the theme music. What the hell?
When the winner's checking, then the money line clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one popimism. Coupon gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the bad line in the air, throwing signals. When the winner's checking, then the money line clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one popimism. Coupon gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the bad lines in the air, throwing signals.
Alright guys, here go the locks. Not from Yonkers, but the locks that get you and me the winner chicken dinners. It's 10 games today. I'm feeling good, not cocky. I did see this on JaY page. You know, we don't really got the community over here. Shout outs to everybody that be returning, check my pics out and shit like that, show love. But we don't really got a big platform on the NBA shit. Anyway, it's not that you feel cocky when you win. It's you feel good when you win. You definitely got to stay humble in this gambling shit, because you can lose real quick. Anyway, it's 10 games on the slate. I like the teams I'm about to give out, and we giving out 6. We giving out 6. Here they go. We going with the Detroit Pistons. We going with Toronto. We going with the Clippers. We going with Portland. We going with OKC, as I just told y'all. And the play of the day is the San Antonio Spurs at home to get their victory over the Orlando Magic. That's who I like. That's who I'm taking. You can let me know who you like. You can let me know who you taking. All I ask is that you hit it, hit the like button and keep me in your algorithm. Real quick before we get out of here, GIANNIS, one of the best players in the NBA last 2, 3, 4, 5 years even, right? Since winning the championship over Phoenix. Hearing Kendrick Perkins saying he might go to Houston and they'll have to give up a Sengun. Maybe give up Eason, I think I said his name right. And for him to play with Kevin Durant, and it'll be, an inside-outside game. Hearing he might want to go to the Golden State Warriors, and they're going to have to give up some pieces to try to give Steph, one more shot at the title. Where else? The Knicks, but Dolan, he think the Knicks is a championship team, so he ain't going to want to move no pieces around. I haven't really thought about where I would like to see him go yet, but I'm here to say I don't want to see him go to Houston. I don't want to see him go to Golden State. I want to see him go to like a younger team, maybe like a Atlanta or the Pistons, and they got a tough. I think the Pistons was mentioned too. Maybe a Toronto, where they already got athletic players and things like that. Whoever get him gonna have to give up some draft picks. They're gonna want something back. I think he should stay in the East. West is tough out there. You know what I mean? But we'll see. Where would you like to see GIANNIS go, and where you think is the best fit? He ain't gonna be able to go everywhere because he's a top tier max player. You have to move pieces around, and you have to fit it in your salary cap. Fuck that up. Trade deadline coming up. We will see. I do hope my New York Knicks make a move, but not like to fuck up the chemistry, but to try to get another player like the DeAndre Hunter. 6'7", 6'8", wing player, could do the dirty work, guard some of the best players. You need two-way players, you know what I mean, in the NBA to win the championship, I think. But y'all know who it is. It's your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. NBA, Picking with Pop, right here on Popovich TV. Of course, we are live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling back up in here. One more again. Yeah, kid. Let's get some money on this first Sunday, February.